Senate meets Minister of Finance over impact of economic reforms.
And a basis for growing the economy, a basis for attracting investment, increasing productivity, encouraging creation of jobs.
Nigeria moves to enhance economic cooperation in West African sub-region. And West Africa federal government empowers 252 women on digital technology. Hello and welcome to the news at 11 on Nta News24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called upon the Muslim Ummah to always channel their resources in the path of Allah for eternal rewards. The Vice President stated this in Ogbomoso at the inauguration of an ultra-modern mosque built by Senator representing Oyo North, Abdul Fattah Buhari. Abiodun Balabalola reports.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, who was accompanied to Ibadan by the Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, Deputy Senate President, former senators, among others, was received by the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, represented by his deputy Bayo Lawal, Seun of Ogbomoso Land, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, and other traditional rulers in the state. The Vice President, while congratulating Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari for the project, says his decision to build the ultra-modern mosque shows the love he has for Islam and the Muslim community.
We are reminded that not only the debt we owe to humanity, but also the significance of the pure estates, was performed solely for the sake of Allah, with no expectation of return or recognition from others. Charity in Islam is not merely a duty, but an honor, a testament to our faith, and a reminder that our actions speak further when they are for the benefit of others.
He advised Nigerians to always pray for their leaders and be optimistic. In his lecture, an Islamic preacher, Sheikh Muhyiddin Ajani Bello, commended Senator Buhari's contribution to the service of Allah and advised him to do more towards the progress of Islam. Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari, who could not hide his joy, says he is only demonstrating virtues of spending in the way of Allah. Goodwill messages centered on the need for the Muslim community in Ibadan to guard the house of Allah jealously for its sustainability. Two imams appointed for the mosque were turbaned as Alhaji Ajani Bello led other Muslims, including the Vice President, to observe the first Jumat service in the mosque. Abiodun Babalola, NTA News.
Implications of ongoing reforms in the oil and gas sector of the economy was the focus of an interactive session between the Senate Committee on Finance and key establishments of government. The meeting is setting the stage on what to expect in the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper 2025 to 2027. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
Meeting underscores our commitment to transparency, accountability.
As the Senate reviews the MTEP 2024 to 2026 and awaits that of 2025 to 2027, it deemed it crucial to engage key stakeholders on matters relating to the impact of the ongoing reforms.
Sales of crude oil to domestic refineries in Nigeria, in Naira. Additionally, we will examine shortfalls in NNPCL revenue remittances, focusing on key areas such as foreign and domestic excess crude accounts, the signature bonus account, NMPCL cash call account, and any outstanding unremitted revenue linked to under-recoveries.
The Minister of Finance said the federal government appreciates the understanding demonstrated by Nigerians, with assurances that results have started emerging.
The economic reform, once in place, portend additional revenue for government, recovery of the finances of NMPC, and a basis for growing the economy, a basis for attracting investment, increasing productivity, encouraging creation of jobs.
The meeting continued behind closed doors. In another development, a public hearing convened by the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals to collate views on the proposed establishment of the Nigeria Mine Rangers Service saw most ministries, departments and agencies of government expressing reservations.
Consider and adopt the Special Mines Surveillance Task Force and its standard operational procedure as a better alternative.
There are other agencies that are already doing what this bill intends.
We have made our submission, and that is our stand, that the bill should not be allowed to go.
The proposed agency seeks provision of personnel to monitor and patrol mining areas in Nigeria.
With its vast potential, the sector deserves every necessary policy attention and legislative intervention to fast-track its full exploration.
Let the process of exploiting and extracting this wealth it shouldn't be detrimental to life and humanity.
Create these rangers that will monitor from community to community, engaging our traditional rulers.
A 1-minute silence was observed at the public hearing in honor of the late Chief of Army Staff. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, Nta News.
West Africa is poised for a significant shift in cooperation and economic integration as Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, aims to position Nigeria as a leader in regional and economic integration under ECOWAS Chairman, President Bola Tinubu. The minister highlighted some of the outcomes of his shuttle diplomacy to 4 ECOWAS member states while briefing newsmen in Abuja. Garba Natala reports.
The mission to further enhance diplomatic cooperation and ensure regional integration revolves around building trust, mediation and negotiation to surmount challenges facing the West African sub-region. That explains why the Minister of Foreign Affairs engaged with his counterparts in 4 ECOWAS member states, likewise to project Nigeria's national interest. These countries are namely Togo, which is endowed with phosphate used in making fertilizer, which largely will contribute to Nigeria's agricultural sector. Guinea-Bissau is focusing on their blue economy, and Nigeria aims to invest in fisheries and fiber optics within the telecom industry. The country, however, has unresolved parliament concerns which Nigeria is offering to mediate. The Gambia serves as a key hub for educational exchange and opportunities to be explored. Relations with Côte d'Ivoire, a major francophone economy within the ECOWAS, are also strategic, especially regarding cashew and coffee production expertise, and the utilization of the Abidjan-Lagos corridors to further enhance ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme. To cap it all, the high-level meetings with the Togolese President Faure Gnassingbe, the President of the Republic of Guinea, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, and the Vice President of the Gambia, Mohamed Jallow, garnered support from these countries on matters related to peace and security, trade and investment, as well as stability of the sub-region.
The nature of the world today, we're living in a multipolar world. It is becoming increasingly complex, but at the same time, the political structure of the world is designed in such a way that regional cohesion is all important. It's important for regions to be together economically, politically.
Yusuf Tuga reaffirmed Nigeria's bid for permanent membership in the United Nations Security Council, and advocated Femi Alaya's candidacy for the International Court of Justice.
Under 70% of the decisions made in the United Nations Security Council have to do with Africa. And yet, there's not a single African country with a permanent seat in there. So it's important that Nigeria is in there. It's important that Nigeria represents and speaks for not just ourselves, not just our region, not just the continent, but for the global south as a whole.
The minister says this initial phase of shuttle diplomacy in West Africa has garnered a positive response and raised Nigeria's hopes. In Abuja, Garib Muhammad Natala, Nta News.
252 more women drawn from across the country have been trained and empowered by the National Information Technology Development Agency in collaboration with the Renewed Hope Initiative. While presenting empowerment items to the beneficiaries, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu described the feat as another significant leap in the efforts of the current administration to advance gender equity, leveraging technology. State House correspondent Nta News24 reports.
It was a partnership born out of shared vision, which is to empower women and give them more room to play in the digital space. The vision drew its first breath on August 21, 2023, when a set of 35 beneficiaries drawn from the FCT underwent a 5-day ICT training with Renewed Hope Initiative, providing the platform and beneficiaries, while the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, offers logistics and training. Today, on the second-year anniversary of this strategic collaboration, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is pleased to see the growth of the program, which now has 40 women per geopolitical zone embarking on the same capacity-building training aimed at transforming their communities.
These women are now set to go out into the world to put these new skills to use and to inspire and guide other young women. And I'm so glad hearing your testimonies today that you all are set to empower others, and that is the message. I look forward to the great things that all of you will accomplish in the months and years ahead. I thank the Director General of NIDA, Malam Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, and his team for this passion and steadfast commitment to bridge Nigeria's digital divide by ensuring our women's full participation in the digital revolution through access to technology that will enable them contribute meaningfully to the economic growth and innovation.
She notes that the ultimate goal of the collaboration is to leverage technology to bridge gender gaps.
To create more diverse and inclusive tech world, we need to inspire and empower the next generation of female role models to pursue and develop their career in technology and become innovators, leaders, and entrepreneurs.
The Director General of NITDA, Kachifu Inua, is upbeat about the opportunities that are now at the disposal of beneficiaries in the digital space.
This will help them to expand their businesses. This will help them to have access to education and skills online. They can work from home. They can be part of the gig economy, creating software, doing graphic designing. And if they have their own petty business, they can use the skills to expand their market.
I'm so inspired, and I pledge that
Exuding much confidence with their startup packs in hand, the beneficiaries say they are ready to impact the digital world and their communities. From the conference center of the Presidential Villa, Nta News24, Nta News.
Now, in a heartwarming display of solidarity, the leadership of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria paid a courtesy visit to Governor Babagana Umara-Zulum of Borno State in Abuja, presenting a 5.5 million naira check to support the rebuilding of the state's radio and television stations devastated by recent floods in Maiduguri. Led by the chairman, NTA's DG Abdulhamid Dembos, accompanied by the Executive Secretary Yemisi Bangbushi and other key officials, this donation underscored Borno Bond's commitment to upholding the broadcasting industry's standards and ethics. The gesture of support also comes at a crucial time for Borno State, which has faced significant challenges in recent years, including the ongoing insurgency and humanitarian crises. With Governor Zulum's tireless efforts to rebuild and restore normalcy to the state, the delegation says the donation serves as a testament to the power of collaboration and community spirit.
What has been donated will be judiciously utilized by the Borno Radio Television Authority in order to ensure recovery of all the items that were lost. But I also want to assure you that government will complement your effort in ensuring speedy growth and development of the BRTV. The NTA has been a cardinal pillar in disseminating information in the state.
On behalf of one, to commensurate with the government and of course the people of Borno State for the flood that happened in October, the 5.5 million naira is meant to contribute towards the resuscitation of the broadcast organization in Borno State.
You're watching the news at 11 on Nta News24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to NTA News24, DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, StarTimes Channel 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703.
You're welcome back. Dutchford Exploration and Production Company Limited has cautioned the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, against creating a false representation of its operations. Details with Lydia Sampson.
The company is making the clarification in response to a threat by NUPENG to embark on a nationwide strike and storm the Oriseti-Menyi oil drilling rig to eject workers. The rig has already been shut down over lingering industrial dispute. A statement by the management of the company said, contrary to the claim that Dutchford Exploration and Production did not pay their employees entitlements in 2022, the workers in question are not employees of Dutchford, but the Selective Marine Oil and Gas Services. The statement said, rig Oriseti-Menyi only arrived at its location on the 8th of March 2024, adding that all discussions and protracted issues from previous operations predating this date are completely unrelated to Dutchford. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, Nta News.
Though Africa celebrates successes attained through digital economy, there are suggestions that the continent should display an extra quest as inclusive participation, which hinders active participation of women and girl child remains a challenge. Advocates at one of the sessions of the 2024 African Women's Congress in Lusaka, Zambia, are recommending sensitization to promote digital literacy among women. Olusheye Adeagbo reports.
In the present day and age, tech is king. It brings the world to the palms.
That other women have fear.
From the explanation of Daliso Mongola, a 400-level student of political science, University of Zambia, in a particular community in his country, every woman still suffers from telephone phobia.
The major argument was that women are not allowed to have phone because it promotes them to do certain things that are not good.
We need support and opportunities for us to achieve this innovation that we really
The peer review mechanism approach at the 2024 Africa Women Conference is insatiably looking for an antidote to address this imbalance.
We planned as part of our project for the coming year to have pilot digital hub for girls across African countries. And once it's done, people know that African Conference is just not about coming together to talk, but also coming up with implementable solutions that will have impact in development and progress of the African women and girls.
We are looking forward that it will reach out to the whole of Zimbabwe and empower not only the girls and women and also men, the less privileged, so that they can be able to interact through digital harnessing of this opportunity.
Experts from within and outside the continent, especially women who have established their footprints in the digital space, are now giving more insights into how African women can move from this parochial mindset.
With the right digital tools, we can dismantle these barriers and level the playing field for women in trade.
Social media is where we can reclaim our stories and show the world who we are: resilient, innovative, and powerful.
I am recommending that women should come out to participate.
But if government and leaders would invest more in technological advancement, then educating the women, that is at the grassroots.
The African Union's digital transformation strategy has set a goal of digital inclusion for every African woman by 2030, and a charge has gone to delegates at Zambia 2024 AWC to return to their countries as crusaders. From Lusaka, Zambia, Olusheye Adiagbo, Nta News.
Minister of Environment Balarabe Abbas Lawal says circular economy provides a framework for balance between development and environmental sustainability. This was during a seminar organized by the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESRIA, in collaboration with the European Union in Abuja. The minister says that while the construction, mining and quarrying sectors are vital to Nigeria's economy, they are implicated in land degradation, especially when their activities are unregulated.
That has greatly contributed to the degrading of our land. Unregulated mining pits and exhausted quarry sites, deforestation and polluted environment are clear signs of the imbalance between development and environmental sustainability.
Director General NESRE, Dr. Innocence Bariko, noted that circular economy offers a transformative framework to ensure resource conservation and regeneration.
Farming and construction activities, for instance, can be used to create raw materials for other construction and developmental projects.
Now it's the Fiscal Responsibility Commission Awareness and Sensitization Program. Experts emphasized accountability and transparency in public finance management. More on this from Alika Okwanachi Arua.
The program, organized by the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, aims to promote fiscal discipline and responsible spending of public finance in government agencies. While Day 1 highlighted the importance of domesticating fiscal responsibility agencies in states and local governments across the country, Day 2 focus on awareness and sensitization on accountability and transparency.
The participants are very active. The paper presentations are very incisive. It is also interactive.
The people in fiscal responsibility are under a lot of pressure. They have to deal with a lot of other agencies, and there is high tension. There's accusations, you're not remitting enough, you're not responding to our demands and all that. So that is where I see that they need to manage their own emotions to be able to deal with state governments, local governments and other agencies.
Panelists also stressed the importance of technology in promoting transparency, in addition to mechanisms that are crucial for preventing corruption and promoting good governance.
What it does essentially is to prevent corruption, because when systems are put in place,
for checks and balances, for accountability, for transparency, the opportunity for corruption will be reduced.
Even though Plateau State has not yet domesticated the FRC program in the state, but it's going to help us to go back home to persuade our executive governor to implement the process.
Participants expressed optimism about the program's potential to drive positive change going forward. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi, Arua, Nta News.
And that concludes the news at 11 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Have a great weekend.